Are you recording? Yes, you are. Hello, friends. Do doctors ask heterosexual couples if they are in a monogamous relationship when they go for a physical, or is that just a thing that they reserve for gay people? I'm curious, just simply because I've never been anything but a gay person. Hi everyone, Steven from Long Story Short. This will be a relatively short video. I figured I would just give a quick life update and upload something. Since I think the last time I uploaded a video was our final Japan video on December 14th of 2017, I believe. It's been an interesting year already. My day job has me traveling quite a bit right now. Also, to add to that situation, I have pretty much consistently been sick since December, late December. It started off with a really bad case of the flu. It's been a really bad influenza season here in the States. In the process of getting a physical, my doctor recommended that I get a tetanus vaccine, which you're supposed to get every 10 years. And I had a horrible reaction to that vaccine and ended up getting like a fever and joint pain and the shakes and just basically went through the flu all over again. Delicious. And now most recently, like right now, today, you might even be able to hear it in my voice, I'm dealing with a sinus infection. Slightly more serious note, I've been, probably for the last 4 years, but really more specifically in the last 12 months, been kind of dealing with some serious depression and anxiety issues. It's been something that's been much more difficult for me to logic away. I tend to be a very analytical, very detail-oriented person, and typically when it comes to things like emotions, specifically unwanted emotions like jealousy and depression and sadness and anger, I can tend to push them away with logic, or at least my ill-conceived notions of logic. But it's becoming much harder to do now. They're all part of my own inner monologue. I'm aware of this. I know that they are my own thoughts, but they're becoming a little more difficult for me to push away, especially negative thoughts towards myself. And then just a general malaise feeling like there's something always wrong. Like my whole being is on high alert for something to be terribly wrong, even when I'm perfectly fine. This has made it very challenging for me to actually leave my house on some days. For many years, I've considered myself an extrovert. Like I was very much a person who was charged by being around people. The thought of being alone was terrifying. I needed people to recharge, to feel more like myself. I am finding now, as I age, it's quite the opposite. I'm becoming much more introverted, much more individualistic-minded. And people exhaust me. Just to kind of have an open dialogue and discourse about what's been going on. Now that I've gotten all that out of the way, let's talk a little bit about what I have up and coming for this channel, what I want to do with this channel. We just got back from Japan about a week ago, as of this recording. My original intent for this footage was to kind of go a little more documentary style. I was trying to record a lot of this from the perspective of my friend Christina, who is a quarter Japanese. Her grandmother is from Hiroshima, which is one of the cities/prefectures that we went to. That didn't quite go the way I planned or had intended. So I have to kind of reevaluate what I'm going to end up ultimately doing with some of this footage. I say a lot, god damn it. I'm so sick of being sick. So yes, there will be more Japan footage coming. I just don't know how I'm going to frame or arrange it quite yet. In the next few months, EJ and I, EJ being our wandering tall guy from our last Japanese adventure, he and I are trying to nail down our next international destination. We're debating on whether we're going to go to Scotland or Iceland next. That's going to be in late fall into winter of this year. So yeah, so there will be more travel adventures coming. I'm debating on doing a series of review videos on things that I happen to enjoy, things that I happen to be somewhat knowledgeable about. Certainly not an expert. I'm not an expert on anything. I was debating on trying to dip into the foray of like anime and manga reviews, since I do happen to watch and read quite a lot of that. A lot of ideas. But going back, or harkening back to the whole mental state I was talking about earlier, I tend to have a problem or an issue where I become paralyzed by indecision, or inability to make decisions, or fear that they're not going to be received well. Which is such a weird and foreign alien concept to me now, simply because I don't typically give a shit what people think. Least of all the internet, because I don't know how to internet. I happen to marry a meme lord, or shitlord, depending. Sometimes he can be a shitlord. I'm not a gamer, although I do like watching my husband play video games. He's actually quite, well, I joke, I call him Neo, because he can figure out any game in like 5 minutes and figure out how to break it and win it. He also loves to break. He likes to break continuity, and he likes to break, like, fourth wall break. Like he was playing Breath of the Wild, the newest Zelda game, and the first thing that he does after leaving the Cave of Resurrection or something. The first thing he does, like literally, Link doesn't put any of his clothes on, like takes them all off. He's back in his underwear just as he was resurrected, and then immediately jumps off a cliff, because that's my husband and I love him. My husband's name is Turk, by the way. I don't think I've ever said that before. Hi Turk, I love you. In case you're watching this video, you're probably not watching this video. Yeah. If, for the few of you that probably watch this, thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate your viewership, that you have subscribed to my channel. I hope that you find some joy in some of the videos that I post. I'm still, I guess, looking for my voice. I'm trying to figure out what it is, what the story is I'm trying to share with the world. Right now, I guess it's just an earnestness and a true just joy in being able to make this type of art. I really like the filmmaking process. And then, like, one of my largest passions in this world, besides my husband, of course, who I absolutely adore and love, and I wish I could get him on camera, but that's probably never gonna happen. But is travel. Travel is such an unbelievably profound thing. I mean, especially when you travel way far from where you grew up. I've only been to Germany and Japan so far, and Germany was way more similar than it was dissimilar from American culture. But like, to speak to Japan, and I am biased because I am a giant weeb, but it's just a profoundly interesting experience when you're confronted with a culture so different from your own, and you have to learn how to circumnavigate that culture. If you choose to. Some of my friends tend to be on the louder side of things. So yeah, a lot of my videos are going to continue to be around travel, because I'm going to try to get out of this country at least once or twice a year. Not that I don't love the United States of America, I do. It's a wonderful country. It's a wonderful country to have grown up in, especially as someone who is white, cis, and male. But yeah, there are other places out there besides the US, and I recommend that you go see them yourself. Don't take my word for it, but by all means, please take my word for it. And by that, I mean watch these videos. They'll give you some insight into what's going on. Thank you again so much for watching. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Considering how small my viewership is right now, I appreciate every single one of you that have opted to like and subscribe this content I've created so far. I'm going to make much more. I just hope that I get over being physically sick, and also get over the hurdle of some of these like mental complications I'm dealing with right now too. And then this whole bout of work travel too, this project that I'm working on right now. We're in the home stretch. I'm traveling to Texas next week to do some filming for work. And then after that, I really only have one more other trip to go back to Washington, D.C. for something. Those are probably the last 2 big work travel trips I have ahead of me, so hopefully things will start to normalize again. I'll be able to spend some more time at home with my husband and my friends, and then dedicate some more time to, not only making content, but all, and then editing, but trying to, again, find my voice and build this channel. So anyway, I will talk to you all again soon. Thanks so much for watching.